I hate that when you don't know what to say. You're just oblivious. Your mind is drawing a blank. Like, one of my biggest pet peeves is when I'm sitting in class, the teacher asks a question, I don't know the answer, so I don't put up my hand. But the teacher still calls on you. That's enraging. Because then you have to say something, and then all your friends think you're an idiot. I was sitting in chemistry this one time, and we were talking about mixtures or something. I don't really remember. I was trying to focus, but I had this song in my head. You know the one. Da-da-da-na-na-da-da. Da-da-da-na-na-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-na-na-na-na-da-da. Tequila. That's right. Thank you. So I was trying to focus, but it was very difficult because I had that song in my mind. The teacher asks, who can give me an example of a homogeneous mixture? And I kind of did that thing where I hid my face. I spilled hydrochloric acid. I'm like, oh no, don't call on me. I'm far too busy cleaning up this acid to answer your question. But I was already on her radar. She was like, Joel! And I was like, ah. So I pulled this trick out of my pocket. I said, I don't quite fully understand it. Can you explain it again? And she said, we're waiting. That made a cool sound. Okay. Sorry, I didn't think that was gonna happen. I was like, whoa. She said, we're waiting, so I was like, okay, I'm in deep. What do I need to do? All right, I need to think about this. All right, homogeneous mixture, what does that mean? What does that mean? A mixture is a combination, homo means the same, and genius is a smart dude, so I need a combination of the same smart guy. I'm getting nowhere. I'm drawing a blank. My teacher goes, Joel, water. And I was like, oh yeah, water. And I thought that was the answer. But she was just giving me part one out of 2 parts, so I was just sitting there looking at that one ceiling tile, like. And she's like, Joel! And I'm like, ah! She's like, water and I couldn't think of anything. The only thing that was running through my mind was that song, and it got to the part where it went, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. So I just said, tequila and... And that was the wrong answer. I don't just mean in science, I mean in life. If you're ever at a loss for words, don't ever say tequila. All your friends think you're an alcoholic, the teacher hates you, it's just not a good path to go down. Not a good path at all. I love telling jokes, I love making up jokes. I have this bad habit in school to believe that whenever a teacher is asking me a question, that they're actually telling me a joke. My history teacher would be like, Joel, why did Abraham Lincoln sign the Emancipation Proclamation? And I'll be like, I don't know, why? Oh, to free the slaves. That's not a very funny joke. I guess it's funny because it's true. I was watching the National Spelling Bee reruns. And if you want entertaining television, I mean, that's what you watch on TV, the National Spelling Bee. They gave this kid a word, and he passed out because of a word. How big of a wimp do you have to be to pass out because of a word? I mean, I'm no tough guy, but I'm pretty sure you can sling any word at me from any language, and I'll be okay. I'm sure that guy gets made fun of a lot, too. I'm sure there's just one guy who runs up to him who's just like, ellipticoid! Pansy! I'd like to be the guy who gives the words. I think that'd be awesome. I would give them words that would be impossible to spell. I'd be like, Jane, your word is... Yes, there is an alternate pronunciation. The origin, it's in the back of my throat. Let's go. You got a time limit here. Spell those words. I don't understand why the spelling bee is so important. I mean, I know spelling is important, but that's why they invented spell check, honestly. I'd like to meet the guy who won the spelling bee, a little while back. He'd be like, yeah, I won that spelling bee. No big deal, just got a scholarship. Rich successful. Successful. I'd be like, yeah, I've kissed a girl. A human girl, and moms don't count. No big deal. You tell me who wins, honestly. So, I find that my idea of fun and my math teacher's idea of fun are two completely different funs. He'll be like, we're gonna take a quiz today, won't that be fun? No. The only way that a quiz could be fun is if it's over stuff that I actually studied the night before. Like question number 1, please briefly describe the plot of Scrubs last night. Well, that's easy. Carla and Turk were having marital problems and JD was still trying to get over his ex. Question number 2. How would you describe Aesop Rock's new album? Well, his lyrics are as good as ever, but his beats sometimes leave a lot to be desired. Question number 3. Can you do jumping jacks? Yes, I can. Question number 4. Do you like candy? I sure do. This quiz is so much fun. Math can be confusing, though. Like, have you ever had it where you're sitting in class and your teacher's trying to explain something to you, and then slowly their voice will turn into the voice of the teacher from Peanuts? He'll be like, all right, pay attention. This is D, diameter. That's 2r. Now we go back into our original equation, pi r squared times high r, r, raw, 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 raw. Everybody understand? I'm looking at the people behind me like, I didn't understand that at all. What did you just say? This is an actual lecture that I was given one day. This was an actual lecture. All right, unit circle, pi over 4. Sine and cosine, that's root 2 over 2 and root 2 over 2. You want to find the secant or the cosecant, you flip it. So it's 2 over root 2 and 2 over root 2. But then you have to rationalize. So multiply 2 over root 2 and 2 over root 2 by root 2 over root 2 and root 2 over root 2. Then you get 2 root 2 over 2 and 2 root 2 over 2. And the 2's cancel, and you're left with root 2. I'm like, yeah, could you go back to the part with the 2's? I completely missed that part. Gotta go back to that. A math teacher told me once, she's like, Joel, you just gotta make math exciting for you. Just gotta make math exciting. So this one test, after every answer, I put an exclamation point. I was like, 16! 4.7! I get my test back, all the answers are wrong. Because of these things called factorials. That got a better response than I thought it was gonna get. This is a smart crowd. This is an IB crowd. It really is. It's an IB crowd.